What if the homeless man you helped was actually a billionaire? What if the woman you fell in love with was the daughter of your biggest enemy? This is not just a love story. This is power, secrets, danger, and destiny colliding in the heart of Lagos. Get ready for romance, drama, luxury lifestyle, and shocking twists. Because this story will change everything you think you know about love and status. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Before the story gets too intense, remember to like this video so I know you want part 2. Don't forget to subscribe, because the next episode is about to reveal secrets that will break hearts and start wars. And drop a comment. Should Adeleke tell Jennifer the truth now, or keep his billionaire identity hidden? More love, more drama, more luxury stories coming your way. The late afternoon sun draped Lagos in gold as Jennifer Adeleke's luxury SUV coughed like a tired old man, then died. The car rolled to a stop in a modest community where generator noise replaced birdsong, and the smell of fried akara floated through the air. Jennifer sighed loudly. This car is mad, absolutely mad. Imagine embarrassing me in public. She stepped out, adjusting her designer sunglasses like the street was a runway. Her heels sank slightly into the dusty ground. Somewhere, a radio played old-school Afrobeats. The street was quiet, too quiet. She opened the bonnet and frowned at the battery like it had personally offended her. "Don't worry," she muttered. "I'll replace you with something richer than you." That was when she heard footsteps. 3 boys in hoodies appeared from behind a half-painted fence. Their eyes lingered on her car, on her watch, on her bag. One of them grinned. "Madam, your car don't spoil?" Jennifer's heart skipped. "I'm fine, thank you." Another stepped closer. "This place no get mechanic, but we fit help you if you follow us small." Her instincts screamed danger. She took a step back. "I've called someone already." The third boy laughed, low and mocking. "You think anybody is coming for you here?" Suddenly, a calm voice sliced through the tension. "Gentlemen, this street is not for nonsense. Leave her alone." They turned. Adeleke stood a few meters away, dusty slippers, worn shirt, eyes sharp with quiet authority. He looked like someone the street had tried to break and failed. One boy scoffed. "Old man, mind your business." Adeleke stepped closer. "Your business today is to go home." The stubborn one lunged for Jennifer's arm. Everything happened fast. Adeleke grabbed a stick from the roadside and struck the boy's wrist. "Pa!" the boy screamed. The other 2 froze, then backed away. "Let's go, guy," one whispered. They bolted. Jennifer stood frozen, breath caught in her chest. "Oh my God." She turned to Adeleke. Thank you so much. I thought—" Her voice broke. Adeleke nodded calmly. "You're safe now." Before she could say more, engines roared. A convoy of black SUVs rolled into the street like thunder. Armed bodyguards jumped out. The street went silent. Chief Adekunle Adeleke emerged, regal in a flowing agbada. "Jennifer," she ran to him. "Daddy, he saved me." Chief Adekunle turned to Adeleke, eyes sharp with assessment. "You did well, young man. What is your name?" "Adeleke, sir." The name landed heavy in the air, unnoticed by everyone except Adeleke himself. Inside, he smiled faintly. So fate has a sense of humor, he thought. Your enemy's daughter, on your street. Chief Adekunle nodded. "Come and work for me. I can use someone like you." Jennifer's eyes brightened. "Yes, Daddy, he's brave. He should come." Adeleke bowed his head. "I'm grateful, sir, but I prefer to build something of my own." Chief Adekunle raised a brow. "In this economy?" Adeleke smiled. "Especially in this economy." Jennifer laughed softly. "I like your confidence." The bodyguards helped with the car. The convoy prepared to leave. As Jennifer entered the SUV, she turned back. "Thank you, Adeleke." Their eyes met. Something unspoken passed between them. The convoy drove off. Adeleke stood alone in the dust, heart heavy. "Of all women in Lagos," he whispered, "I had to meet my enemy's daughter." He looked up at the sky. "God, you like Wahala." And just like that, fate had begun its dangerous game. The next morning, the sun rose gently over Lagos, washing the modest community in soft gold light. Adeleke had not slept. He sat on the edge of his narrow bed, elbows on his knees, replaying Jennifer's smile in his head like a song on repeat. "Enemy's daughter," he muttered. "Beautiful trouble." He stepped outside to rinse his face with water from a plastic bucket. Then he heard heels. Soft, careful, out of place in this neighborhood. He looked up and froze. Jennifer stood there again, but this time she was dressed simply. No flashy bag, no luxury perfume filling the air. Just a plain dress and quiet curiosity in her eyes. "You?" he said, blinking. "Did my street become a tourist attraction overnight?" She smiled. "I wanted to see you again." His heart skipped in a way no business deal had ever managed. "You shouldn't be here," he said. "It's not safe." She shrugged. "I like dangerous things. I drive Lagos roads every day." He laughed despite himself. She glanced around. "So this is where you live?" "For now," he replied. She studied his face. "Why are you here when you could be somewhere better?" He leaned against the wall. "I don't like building on someone else's shadow. If I work for your father, I'll be caged inside his empire." She raised an eyebrow. "Caged? You talk like someone who hates cages." "I do," he said simply. She stepped closer. "So what are you building?" That question unlocked something in him. He spoke of logistics routes, real estate plans, ports, shipping lines, quiet investments, and future empires. His voice was calm, confident, too confident for a homeless man. Jennifer's eyes widened. "You speak like someone who's already rich." He smiled lightly. "Rich in plans, poor in pockets." She laughed. "You're funny." They walked slowly along the street. "Come with me," she said suddenly. "To my house. Let's talk more." His smile faded for a moment. "I shouldn't." "Why?" "Your father." She rolled her eyes. "My father is not a dragon." He wanted to say, "He's your dragon and my enemy," but instead he nodded. "Okay." Her home was still intimidating. Nigerian modern luxury interior design everywhere. Glass walls, gold details, soft lights, massive art pieces that looked more expensive than his entire street. Adeleke tried to act normal. Jennifer caught him staring. "Relax, the floor won't arrest you." He chuckled. "This house looks like it has its own bank account." She dragged him to her private boutique. "Pick something." "I'm okay." She rolled her eyes and pushed clothes into his arms. "You look like a billionaire hiding in a poor man's uniform." He froze for half a second. "What?" She laughed. "Nothing. Just saying you don't look like you belong to poverty." When he changed and stepped out, she stared at him. "Oh wow," she whispered. "You clean up too well for a roadside hero." He smirked. "Try not to fall in love. I'm expensive to maintain." They drove out to the beach in Lagos, music low, laughter easy. The ocean breeze wrapped around them as they walked barefoot on the sand. "You stand like someone used to giving orders," she said softly. He shrugged. "Bad habit." "You look like a leader." He looked away. "Leaders are lonely." She touched his arm. "Not always." Their eyes met. For a moment the world went quiet. He almost told her everything. "I'm not poor. I'm the man your father fears in boardrooms." But fear stopped him. Back at the mansion, the night wrapped around them. In the living room, under soft golden lights, he took her hands. "Jennifer, I don't have much, but I want you in my future. Will you be with me?" Her eyes softened. "Yes." Their laughter filled the room. Just then the door opened. Chief Adekunle walked in, unannounced. He stopped, saw them together. The room went still. Jennifer froze. "Daddy?" Then he smiled. "My daughter, you're glowing." He turned to Adeleke. "You again. You must really like saving people." Adeleke bowed. "Yes, sir." Chief Adekunle nodded. "You're welcome here." As he walked away, Adeleke exhaled slowly. Jennifer whispered, "You're shaking." He smiled. "Your house is too cold." She laughed, leaning into him, and somewhere deep inside Adeleke, the truth pressed against his chest, heavy and dangerous. because love had just entered a war zone. Night wrapped Lagos in soft luxury. Inside the Adeleke mansion, the lights were dimmed to a warm glow. The city hummed faintly outside, but in Jennifer's room, the world had narrowed to just two people. Adeleke stood by the window, jacket off, sleeves rolled up. He looked restless, like a man used to control who had suddenly lost it. Jennifer crossed the room quietly and wrapped her arms around him from behind. "You're far away," she whispered. "Come back to me." He turned, cupped her face gently. "I'm here." Their kiss was slow at first, careful, emotional. No rush, no hunger. Just two souls colliding after pretending not to need each other. Later they lay together under silk sheets, the room filled with quiet laughter and shared breath. The kind of closeness that isn't just about bodies, but about trust. Jennifer traced circles on his chest. "You know, you don't feel like someone who grew up struggling." He stiffened slightly. "What does that even mean?" She smiled playfully. "You're too calm, too confident. Even your silence sounds expensive." He chuckled. "I'll take that as a compliment." But inside, alarm bells rang. Business collides with love. The next morning, Adeleke stood alone on the balcony, phone pressed to his ear. "Yes," he said quietly. "Delay the port acquisition. I don't want Chief Adekunle to suspect anything yet." A pause. "No mistakes. If he finds out I'm behind the new shipping route deal, it will start a war." He ended the call and turned. Jennifer stood at the doorway. "Port acquisition?" she asked softly. Adeleke's heart skipped. "You heard that?" She nodded slowly. "My father has been talking about a mysterious investor blocking his deals." Silence thickened the air. Adeleke smiled lightly. "Business podcasts. I listen to random things. You know me, street economist." She laughed, but her eyes searched his face. "That's funny," she said, "because the man frustrating my father is called Adeleke Holdings' shadow partner." The name hung between them like a blade. His name. Coincidence, or fate being wicked again? He leaned closer, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "You're overthinking." She wanted to believe him, but her heart had started whispering doubts. Later that day, Chief Adekunle's study buzzed with tension. His advisors displayed charts on a massive screen. "This anonymous investor keeps beating us to contracts," one said. "He has insider-level intelligence." Chief Adekunle frowned. "Find him." Just then, Adeleke passed the hallway outside the study. One of the advisors glanced up and froze. "That posture," he murmured. "I'd seen that man in Monaco during a high-level summit." Adeleke felt the gaze on his back. He didn't turn. He walked calmly, every step measured. Jennifer caught up to him. "Who were you talking to on the balcony this morning?" she asked. "You don't sound like someone who discusses street hustles." He smiled gently. She stopped him. "Are you hiding something from me?" For a second, he almost told her the truth, that he wasn't homeless, that he owned companies her father feared, that loving her meant standing on the battlefield of business rivalry. But he looked into her eyes and chose silence. "Nothing that will hurt you," he said. She nodded slowly, but her heart didn't rest. That night, as she lay beside him again, she watched him sleep. "Who are you really?" she wondered. And in a different wing of the mansion, Chief Adekunle stared at his business reports, unaware that the man threatening his empire was sleeping under his roof, with his daughter in his arms. Love had crossed into enemy territory. Morning light spilled through the glass walls of the Adeleke mansion in Lagos, painting everything gold. The kind of morning that looks peaceful but hides trouble. Jennifer lay awake beside Adeleke, studying his face as he slept. There was something about him that didn't fit the story he told. Not his confidence, not his posture. It was the silence around him, like a man used to commanding rooms. She slipped out of bed quietly. In the hallway, she pulled out her phone and dialed her best friend, Zara. "I think my boyfriend is lying to me," she whispered. Zara laughed sleepily. "Every boyfriend lies. What's new?" "No, This one lies like a CEO. That got Zara awake. By noon, Jennifer sat in a quiet lounge, scrolling through business news. Headlines flashed. Mysterious investor disrupts port acquisition in West Africa. Anonymous conglomerate outbids major Nigerian tycoon. Her father's frustration from the past weeks replayed in her mind. She typed a name into the search bar. Adeleke Holdings. Her heart skipped. The logo that appeared looked painfully familiar. She had seen it once on a document in her father's study. She swallowed. Coincidence, she told herself. It has to be. Just then, Adeleke walked in, sleeves rolled up, casual smile in place. "What are you reading so seriously?" he asked. She locked her phone. "Nothing. Gossip." He raised an eyebrow. "Business gossip? That's your father's hobby." She forced a laugh. "You're learning my family fast." Downstairs, Chief Adekunle was in a heated meeting with his advisors. "This anonymous investor moves like someone who knows our strategy before we do," one said. Chief Adekunle slammed the table lightly. "I want a name, a face." Another advisor hesitated. "There's a rumor. The style matches that of a young billionaire who disappeared from the public eye 2 years ago. Some say he's operating from within Lagos now." Chief Adekunle's eyes narrowed. "Bring me everything you find." Just then, Adeleke passed by the open study door. Their eyes met for a split second. Recognition flickered in the air, like two lions realizing they share a hunting ground. Chief Adekunle felt it, but couldn't place it. "Have we met before?" he asked. Adeleke bowed politely. "No, sir." Jennifer, standing behind them, felt her stomach twist. Love under pressure. Later that evening, Jennifer confronted Adeleke on the balcony overlooking the glowing city of Lagos. "Who are you really?" she asked softly. He smiled. "Your boyfriend." "That's not what I mean," she said. "You talk like a man who negotiates contracts, not someone hustling for a future." He leaned on the railing. "Maybe I just study successful people." She stepped closer. "Or maybe you are one." Silence stretched between them. "I don't care if you're rich," she added quickly. "I care if you're lying to me." His jaw tightened. "Some truths don't come alone," he said quietly. "They bring chaos with them." She searched his eyes. "I'm not afraid of chaos. I'm afraid of loving a stranger." For the first time, Adeleke looked unsure. And somewhere downstairs, Chief Adekunle's men began digging into the past of a man living under his roof. Secrets were cracking, and the walls of love were starting to echo with truth. The Lagos skyline glimmered like a million diamonds, but inside the Adeleke mansion, tension hung heavier than the chandelier over the living room. Adeleke sat on the edge of the plush velvet sofa, scrolling through his phone. Deals, investments, and shipments all needed his attention, but his mind wasn't on business. It was on her, Jennifer. Her laughter from the balcony floated inside, bright and carefree. She didn't know that love and war were dancing in the same room tonight. The father connects the dots. Chief Adekunle studied reports with a furrowed brow. This anonymous investor, the way he moves, the speed of his acquisitions, it's too familiar, too precise. An assistant leaned in nervously. "Sir, he was spotted near your daughter's circle last week. There's video footage of him at the Lagos Marina." Chief Adekunle's eyes went cold. "Lagos Marina? That's where Jennifer met him after school yesterday." The room went silent. "Get me everything on Adeleke," he commanded, "and cross-reference every business in Lagos, Nigeria, and abroad with that man's profile." Meanwhile, Jennifer sat on the balcony with a glass of wine, staring at Adeleke as he leaned casually against the railing. "Why don't you ever talk about your family?" she asked, a trace of curiosity in her tone. He shrugged. "I told you, some truths don't come alone. They bring chaos with them." Jennifer studied his face. Something didn't fit. "Are you lying to me?" she asked, voice soft but steady. He hesitated for the first time. His eyes flicked away, but only for a moment. I'm not who I seem," he admitted carefully. "Some secrets are dangerous, and love doesn't need danger." Her heart skipped. "Danger doesn't scare me. Lying does." He reached for her hand. "Then trust me, please." She squeezed his hand, unsure if trust was enough. The business rivalry collides with romance. That evening, Adeleke received a confidential message. Your enemy is moving aggressively against your acquisitions. If you don't act now, your plans will crumble. He frowned. It was Chief Adekunle's team, his father-in-law's influence unknowingly colliding with his empire. Jennifer, noticing his worry, touched his shoulder. What is it? He sighed. Your father. He's unknowingly trying to block my deals. She blinked. You mean, he's your rival? He nodded. And you're caught in the middle. Her heart sank. Love suddenly felt dangerous. A luxury mansion had never felt this heavy. She pulled back slightly. So all this time you've been pretending? He looked at her, his gaze intense. I was building my empire quietly, away from eyes that could destroy me, including yours. Her stomach twisted. Then why? Why were you here with me? He stepped closer, brushing a strand of hair from her face. Because you're not just anyone. You're the only woman I could trust with my heart. Her lips trembled. And my father? He smiled faintly. I don't want to hurt you. But love doesn't wait for convenience. That night they sat together in her private lounge. Soft music played. The golden light from the chandelier reflected in their eyes. I can't hide this anymore, Adeleke whispered. I want you, now, not tomorrow, not when the world makes it safe, now. Jennifer's breath caught. I want you too, no matter the risk. The world outside didn't exist. The mansion, the wealth, the business rivalries, they all melted away. Two hearts, two souls, laying bare in a soft cocoon of silk sheets. Laughter, whispered promises, and gentle touches. And yet just beyond the walls, secrets waited to erupt. Because the very empire Adeleke had been building in shadows was about to collide with the woman who had captured his heart. Love had found a battlefield, and neither of them was prepared for war. The sun had barely risen over Lagos, but the Adeleke mansion already buzzed with tension. Inside the sleek modern kitchen, Chief Adekunle stared at his tablet, his jaw tight. Every chart, every acquisition report pointed to the same conclusion. The man his daughter had fallen for wasn't just some street guy. He's rich, too rich, dangerous rich. The truth slammed into him like a speeding yacht. Adeleke walked into the study, casual as ever, unaware the storm had already begun. Good morning, sir, he said politely. Chief Adekunle's eyes burned. Sit down. Now. Adeleke obeyed, trying to mask the unease. Something in the elder's tone was different. He sounded sharp, calculated, almost predatory. You've been hiding your real identity, Chief Adekunle said calmly, yet every word carried weight. You're the investor blocking my acquisitions. You're the man I've been trying to track down for months. Adeleke swallowed. Yes, sir. Jennifer, passing by the doorway with her coffee, froze. You knew? Adeleke asked quietly. Chief Adekunle nodded slowly. I know everything now. Jennifer's heart raced. Everything? Does that mean everything? Adeleke's eyes flicked to her, silently asking for trust. The romantic tension intensifies. Later in the private lounge, Adeleke and Jennifer sat in near silence. Jennifer finally spoke. Why didn't you tell me? Why pretend to be someone you're not? Adeleke reached for her hand. I wanted you to love me. Not my empire, not my money, just me. Her eyes filled with tears. I do love you, but your secrets, they could destroy everything. My father, me, us. He pulled her closer. I know, but hiding wasn't about you. It was about protecting us. From the world, from him, from everyone who would try to take what we're building. She rested her head on his chest, feeling the steady beat of his heart. I don't care about the empire, she whispered. I care about you. And in that moment, despite danger and betrayal, love wrapped them in a fragile, perfect bubble. Meanwhile, Chief Adekunle's advisors called an emergency meeting. This is serious, one said. The man sleeping under your roof, your daughter's boyfriend, is the same shadow investor thwarting our deals. Chief Adekunle slammed his hand on the table. I trusted him. I welcomed him. And he, Adeleke had anticipated this. Outside the mansion, his team prepared to secure his investments, quietly maneuvering around the rival empire. The city's financial heartbeat was about to collide with the family's personal one, and only love could stand in the middle. That night, Adeleke and Jennifer stood on the balcony, overlooking the glowing city. "Do you regret it?" she asked softly, leaning into him. "Regret loving you?" he whispered, brushing her hair from her face. "Never. Not for a second." Her eyes searched his. "But your father, my father, this war, it's real. What happens now?" He held her tightly. "Whatever it takes. But you're mine. That doesn't change." Jennifer smiled, trembling. "I'm yours." And somewhere deep in the mansion, Chief Adekunle watched them from afar. For the first time, he realized, the man he feared most in business had captured his daughter's heart. Love had officially entered enemy territory, and nothing would ever be the same.